All right, second grade, we are going to make the night sky using our value scale we learned about. Now, we've got different colors. Whatever color you got at your table is the color that you use. I'm using violet for my example. You might have violet, you might have red, you might have green, you might have blue. Whatever color you have is fine, but you're going to have a color, and you're going to have white, and you're going to have black. We already made value scales, learning how to work from our lightest value down to our darkest. Now, before we start, we're going to put a moon in our sky because it's going to be nighttime. So we're going to use a circle tracer, and we're just going to pop a quick circle on there. So I know I don't want to paint in there. That's going to be my guideline. So I'm going to start from my moon with my lightest value, and it's going to go out, 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 out in a circle. So it's going to come all the way over here. Make sure y'all can see that. Yes, you can. Okay, so I'm going to start with just my white value. I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to kind of start to add it to my moon. My moon is a source of light, so the closer I am to the moon, the lighter my value is going to be. So you'll notice when I get paint on my brush, I'm not getting a whole lot. I'm just getting a little on the tip. And then I'm going to start to go around. So once I've kind of painted over my moon, it's nice and white, I'm going to start to add little bits of color. So I'm going to get a lot of white first. I'm going to wipe my brush just like we did so that there's not a whole lot of paint on it. And I'm not going to wash and dry this before I come in here because that's going to take me too long. We're all using the same colors, but I'm going to come and get a tiny bit of color. And I'm going to start to mix that color into my white. I'm going to keep going in that circle shape, and I don't want to put color where my moon is. Okay? So I don't want to get purple all the way up in there. So if I need to, I can come back to the white and add a little bit more. And I can keep going around that circle shape. So right now we're starting with our lightest value. So we should be using more white than we are color. Once we go around a little bit, and I'm going to make so okay. No more color really left on my brush. I'm still going to add some more white, but now I can add more color. So now it's about half and half. Now that I've added more color, my value is going to start to get darker. And I'm just going to keep going back and forth. When I run out, I'm going to come back in with my white and mix it in. So notice when I'm holding my brush, I'm going around and around. I'm making sure that I'm getting all the edges, and I'm trying to smooth out my color. Add some more white. The white is going to help the paint to spread a little bit further. As you go towards the top, yeah, you want to get some on the table, and that's okay. You're going to want to make sure that you go all the way over to the corner. Then you're ready to come back in. Add a little bit more white because we're still working with our tints. We're not ready for shades yet. A little bit more white. But now we're going to start to add a lot more color. The more color I add, the darker my value is. And I'm going to keep working my way around. And a lot of color. Once I get here, I can keep going with my value. I can make it a little bit darker. So what I'm going to do if I want to make it darker, I'm going to use a lot of purple or whatever color you're doing, and just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of black. I just used a teensy weensy bit. Black makes it really, really dark, really, really fast. So I don't ever want to use a big old glob of black. It will not look good. So maybe I'll come back and add some more purple, because even that was a lot of black. All right, I'm almost to the edge of my paper. Still gonna use a lot of purple, but now maybe I'll use a little bit more black. Still not a whole lot, maybe just a little bit more to get it darker. I'm gonna get all the way to the edge of my paper, still kind of going in that circle shape. Now, obviously, my circle's gone off the edge of the paper here, so I'm at the very end now. All filled, and I've gone from a light value all the way to a dark value. This is going to have to go sit on the drying rack because it needs to dry.